Springtime has taken me out without warning. Out in the morning to climb I must go. High on the hillside I walk and I wander, far from the thunder of roadways below.
All right, well, I'm Bob Shannon from the Fourth Corner Foundation. We're having a conference today, our second conference on a subject which we call Rescape. This idea came to me, 5 years ago, and I thought about it a lot. Eventually I decided I'd write a paper on it, which I did. And then we had one conference on some of the aspects of it, and we hope today to have it go into other aspects. And the concept of it is to replace the American suburban lawns with a combination of botanical and agricultural gardens, which would be managed professionally by landscape companies, new landscape companies using new technology, and the products that are taken from it can go as a CSA to the owners. It can go to food kitchens. It can go to restaurants, locavore restaurants, and other uses. They could even be used for making biodiesel, which is there's some examples of this already. The lawns are one of the most unbelievably hideous aspect of our culture. In America, there are 630,000 square miles of lawn. If you put them all together, it's larger than the state of Texas. It uses more water, pesticides, and herbicides than both corn and wheat combined in this country. And of course, you generate a lot of carbon dioxide with the lawn mowers and people coming to do the lawn in their cars, et cetera, et cetera. So if you look at the whole picture, it's just really, what do you get out of it? You don't get any food, you can't eat anything. All you can do is look at it. And sometimes you can't even play on it because there's toxins and a little sign, don't let your dogs, your children on this. So it is really something that its time has passed. It's something we've learned that we think makes us feel like we've made it. We have a yard, therefore we're like the mansions of England or whatever. It sort of descends oligarchically down to sort of the common condition. So we're suggesting that all this land could have a great use, and especially in terms of global warming, where a lot of food production is going to be lost because of damage. So you see this year what happened with the floods. The equator is going to be too hot. So where are we going to garden? Well, we can't go up to the northern forest because that's our oxygen supply, number one. And number two, it would take about 30 years to get the soil amended to be able to grow any kind of grain crop. So we already have more agricultural land in the suburban lawns. The Indians, American Indians, have a thing that nobody can own land. The tribes own all the land, and you just can use the land, and you have to use it in the seventh generation way where you don't damage anything. Your descendants will be able to use this endlessly. And it's very different. And we have this thing that this is mine, it's mine, don't touch it. I'm going to make a barrier here so everyone knows that this is mine. And it's really a kind of an attitude that we share the water and the land. Now in the country we share the water, we share the air, and I don't think we should share some of the land. And some of the land where your house is can be conceived of as part of a large farm, a large garden farm. And there's a couple of examples of this in this country, actually. There's one in Carmel, California, is kind of like a giant garden with little cottages in it. And New Harmony, Indiana, was formerly a religious colony. Now it's it's used for other things. But the people who live there have created lawn gardens instead of lawns. And when you walk down the sidewalk, you have a garden between you and the street, and on the other side, you have a garden between you and the buildings. It's not that you can't have any grass. You can have a little grass in the backyard if you want your kids to play there. But most people don't even let their kids out of the house anymore because they think they're going to be kidnapped or whatever. So Lawns just don't really have a use, unless you like to play croquet a lot, and then I guess you could get AstroTurf for that actually if you wanted to. But no, I'm just joking. But I'm just saying, yeah, we have some lawns here. We have lawns here, are here for the access to the different landscape things. I mean, we have to, we in the fall we take all the leaves and we mulch them and we spread them. We cut everything down. We spread them out. So we have to have access to everything. So you need to have at least like about a 6-foot path, because we use a tractor to do that. And so that's the stuff we have to keep and mow. But we don't water it, we don't fertilize it, and we don't herbicide it. It's just is what it is. And in fact, we've been planting a juga in it around various places. You can see there's some right there that we hope to grow more into it. It flowers in the spring before you would even mow it. So, and it's kind of nice to walk on bare feet.
Thank you. Where are the hands that once planted the lilacs? Faces that smiled at the lavender blooms. Great is the gift they had left with their ruin. Meekly I savor the perfect perfume.